Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe SE Talk. Ich bin noch immer auf der VREC in Vancouver im Jänner 2025. Bei mir eine neue Firma, Spark Energy. Ich habe eigentlich nicht wirklich Ahnung, erstes Interview. Und ja, schauen wir uns einmal, was uns der CEO, der Eugene, so uns sagt. Yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, Spark Energy, we have no clue about it.
Huh.
So give us an elevator pitch.
Okay, we are in Brazil, in Lithium Valley, the most prolific area of lithium in Brazil, and I think probably in the world, if we want to be honest. There's a number of discoveries there already. Production is underway. Phenomenal infrastructure, ports, roads, support from the government. The changing government down there didn't affect, in fact, it's balanced. They love lithium and they're doing everything they can to support us. So we're a quieter junior company sitting at around 14 cents Canadian, probably just over 100 million shares outstanding, so 10 million approximately market cap, with about 63,000 hectares of land in the Lithium Valley. Spread over 20 plus kilometers. Mm-hmm. So we have a team down there led by Jonathan Hill, former Agnico Eagle country manager, who runs our operation. Phenomenal experience, being down more than 25 years in country. So he's developed a team. We've actually got four groups, four teams actually, which he oversees on the property. We're probably looking at around 20% of the property right now, and they're doing sampling on the spodumene and that we think is there, and we also believe, based on our initial analysis, that there's pegmatites as well. So certainly the host is there to lithium, and we're very excited about what the results will start to indicate when we get them back from the lab.
Mm-hmm. Do you have already results, other results from drilling or something?
No, we're not drilling yet. No, first phase is to do sampling on the property. Mm-hmm. So the teams are out preparing and bringing back those samples, and they're now in the lab. And that'll basically help us identify drilling targets later this year that we will then...
Lithium has, especially when you look at the last 2-3 years, it's not really a lithium. The last 2 years was not lithium years.
Right.
Before it was great, it's unbelievable, but we come now down a little bit more unrealistic. The EVs sales are not so good in Europe and so on, and what the most people expect. But what makes your project different to other projects? We know exactly in Canada there are also some huge lithium projects, but what is your advantage compared to the other ones?
Hard rock area is easier to mine and more environmentally sensitive and safe for the environment. So the government likes that. I think. Depending on what happens in the trade, we were just discussing on a global basis, if China is restricted in terms of its ability to export its lithium to other countries, they will be looking to Brazil as a key provider on the downstream lithium supply chain. So I think a number of deals have been done in the Lithium Valley and in Brazil over the last year, and some of them were in terms of the value, $350 million for our neighbor about 20 kilometers to the west of us. We think basically we're in the same area. We have the same geology. And Jonathan and our team honestly and firmly believe that we'll probably head down the same path as our neighbors. So We have a large, probably the largest land position in Brazil for exploration. Once we start to unpack and drill, then we then become part of a supply chain for a major producer like a car producer or automotive producer.
Yeah, that's interesting, especially when we see now really from the car industry that they're buying now directly into the companies.
That's right.
That this was absolutely unusual. Then before, it was always that the most companies not thinking about where the resources coming, they buy it out of the market. But now they're going to step and say, okay, we must secure our supply, and that's the reason why we go then directly to a company.
Well, and I think it's rather interesting that you talked about the price of lithium going down. That actually makes it more attractive for and cheaper for EV buyers and purchasers because the battery price actually sinks when and our cost of production is still well within the value range here. So why not continue to explore and continue to? We think that lithium will be probably in 2030 or so back in terms of supply. It'll be in demand again. So right now.
Somebody told me, especially in the lithium sector, that a lot of the companies build up inventories when the price was high,
right?
Then to secure the supply. And now he think that this inventory is running out end of the year.
That's right.
So, and you can confirm this?
I think it's probably not the end of this year, but I think it's over the next 2 years that the lithium supply will start to balance out or even out, and the demand will surpass the supply, and that's the objective. You can't stop looking. So we feel that as far as the demand is concerned, it's not just EVs. Obviously, lithium is in everything. So AI is going to transpose.
Absolutely.
So I think all of those demands on lithium will be good for us, and we're an exploration company. I don't expect that we'll be a production company, but at some point we will sell or at least sell some of our position downstream to either a bit larger mining company or an automotive manufacturer or a tech company.
Especially the techs, I think that's really interesting when I look at the market itself, that it's really underrated. At the moment, nobody thinks we need lithium any longer.
Right.
It looks like when you look at the prices of lithium, but in the end, we know exactly that the demand is here, and so on. No, it's very interesting. So, but coming back to the project, can we say that there's a kind of an area play? You have so a huge
we have an area play. We went down probably 2022, I think, and some of the folks that I'm in that founded the company or discovered the properties worked with Jonathan to stake the property that we now have. We've added on some more additional in another state as well. So we're very excited about the opportunity of having such a significant amount of land in a prolific area that has already got discoveries, and the logistics are phenomenal. So just like every other mining company, you go where if there are elephants, you go chase the elephants, and
sure.
we think we're 25 to 30 kilometers away from lithium ionic and other larger, we'll say, folks in our space. I don't like to say competitors because we're not competing. We're all we have the same ultimate objective, which is to discover lithium and to produce it.
What should an investor look for when you see the press releases what coming out? What we can expect this year from you? What is really maybe the highlights, or what working on it, and what the investors should
Right. We've been building a story with our press releases. We've had a number of them. We've tried to keep folks aware of what we're up to, both on social media through various platforms as well as the press releases, so everyone has an idea of how the teams are doing out there. Obviously, our results will start to come out soon, and then once we have the results and we're able to take those results, and we also have government data that's being provided to us, which we've now our folks have been able to utilize in terms of trying to identify the areas that they're in now to even start to look. So it's been very useful to have the government support and the amount of money that they've put into their own research and development of the properties, and that's why they call it Lithium Valley in the first place, because Brazil and the state, Minas Gerais, which is mining state, put the effort and the resources necessary to establish the information for us. So, and now we've been able to overlay that information with our own, and as we get more and more, we'll be able to identify our drill targets, which will be the next milestone. We'll do a larger raise to be able to establish a drill program sometime in the summer.
Okay, that sounds very good.
And our price obviously is sitting. We've gone from somewhere around 8 cents to 16, and we're sort of hovering in and around that 14 to 16 cent range. So we think it's a good value for us.
But exploration costs always money. You say when you go
Yep.
into drilling and so on. Do you have enough money to drill this, or do you think you?
No, that'll be a secondary, the more senior raise. We've been able to exercise options and warrants for the most part. We've done some raises, but it's fairly small. I wouldn't mind doing another raise shortly, just to assist and to basically allow our team to do more than what they're able to do now. The more money and obviously more resources they have, the better and the team is so good at spending that money and identifying where they should be, that I think that'll be a very good return on investment for whoever comes into the private placement.
Absolutely. Eugene, thank you for the first introduction to your company.
Thank you very much.
Was a very interesting thing, especially when you come to this area play and where the neighbors look like and what they are, and you're looking then that's is very interesting. And thank you for the ja, das war jetzt ein erstes Update oder erste Intro eigentlich zu Spark Energy. Sie haben es gehört, es geht um Lithium, Brasilien, sehr, sehr gute Infrastruktur, und es ist eigentlich ein Area Play. Und die Marktkapitalisierung des Unternehmens ist eigentlich sehr gering. So, was machen Sie? Sie haben sehr viele Daten dort, Sie bohren noch nicht. Ja, das kommt erst im zweiten Halbjahr. Sie haben sehr viele Government-Daten auch, das ist auch wichtig. Also Sie haben vom Government wird massiv unterstützt, dieser Bereich. Es geht um Hardrock Lithium, das ist also umweltfreundlicher, ist klar, weil da ist nichts irgendwie, das rausgelöst werden muss, wo viel Wasser gebraucht wird und so weiter, sondern man hat eigentlich einen sehr schön definierten Bereich, was man abarbeitet. Ich war selber schon in einer potenziellen Lithiummine drinnen in Österreich. Sie kennen das Erz, weil das ist schneeweiß und der Rest ist eher dunkel. Also man weiß genau, was man abarbeiten und abbauen muss. Es geht hier also eigentlich nur mehr um Gehalte und ob ich genug davon habe. Und wenn Sie genug Oberflächen haben, und das Grund, warum das Lithium Valley heißt, ist wahrscheinlich heißt deswegen, weil halt viel Lithium dort ist. Und Sie haben halt dort eigentlich die größte oder ein sehr große Landpaket, wenn nicht sogar das größte Landpaket, und deswegen ist es ein Area Play. Nicht der Konkurrent kann man nicht sagen, eine andere Firma hat ungefähr 25 Kilometer davon entfernt ein großes Projekt entdeckt, haben dort auch dementsprechend Ergebnisse, haben auch dementsprechend Cash und das ist genau den Weg, wollen sie eben auch gehen. Und auch wenn der Lithiumpreis momentan extrem niedrig ist, es gibt viele Gründe, warum er niedrig ist, unter anderem, das hat mir auch gesagt worden, die Firmen haben in den letzten 2 Jahren, 3 Jahren, wie der Preis so hoch war, die ihre Inventories massiv aufgebaut, und die werden jetzt abgebaut, Deswegen ist die Nachfrage so gering nach Lithium und deswegen ist der Preis kollabiert. Nur diese Inventories werden früher oder später aufgebraucht sein und dann, ja, was passiert dann? Der Preis steigt natürlich, weil auch die Nachfrage steigt und dann stellt sich die Frage, können die so schnell auch das produzieren, was der Markt braucht, und dann werden wir wahrscheinlich den nächsten Spike haben. Also eine interessante Situation. Und ja, jetzt schauen wir mal einfach, was uns Spark Energy so bringt. Wie gesagt, Area Play, Brasilien, Lithium Valley, und Marktkapitalisierung ist sehr niedrig. So, tschüss und Baba, das war's aus Vancouver, Virek, Jänner 2025. Tschüss und Baba. Thank you.
Dankeschön.